So, as a courtesy of my favorite book ever, I decided it would be the first book review I would do for my channel. And it's a book review of The Catcher in the Rye. This is an amazing book, for me at least. Yeah, so I decided to do this as my first book review because I love The Catcher in the Rye. It has a huge influence on my writing and probably on just me. So The Catcher in the Rye, here it is. This is the only copy I own, so it's my favorite. As you can see, it's torn. Lots of tears and laughter, lots of feels. So yes, it's torn, but it's my copy. The first time I read The Catcher in the Rye, World Lit Honors, no, not World Lit Honors, American Literature Honors, sophomore year of high school. We were given 3 choices for books. I don't remember the other 2, and we had just finished reading The Red Badge of Courage, and I'm sure it's a wonderful book, but it just really bore me, and I'll probably have to read it again now that I'm a college student. But I hated the Red Badge of Courage. So when we were given 3 options, obviously I wasn't interested at the 2 other books. Somehow I was like, well, The Catcher in the Rye, the title just stuck out to me. I hadn't seen the cover of it. It was in an assignment paper, so I was just like, okay, whatever, I'll just go buy The Catcher in the Rye, whatever that is. So I went to Barnes & Noble that day and I got The Catcher in the Rye, and you know how they always say, don't judge a book by its cover. I looked at the cover and I was like, well, I should have picked the other 2 books, the other ones, and I couldn't remember the title, so I had no choice but to get The Catcher in the Rye. And I am so thankful I didn't remember the title of these 2 other books. So I purchased this book, and it has changed my life. You know, not wanting to exaggerate, but yes, The Catcher in the Rye. If you love it, comment, tell me what you love about this book, because I've never met someone in real life that likes the book. When I was done reading it, I was like the only one in my class that enjoyed the book. Everyone hated it. But The Catcher in the Rye. It's about a 16-year-old boy who just got kicked out of his prep school, and he ventures out to New York, and let's just say he has many encounters. It starts off with him narrating somewhere, I don't want to tell you where, but it starts off with him at the school, talking with his roommate and his old teacher, and he's kicked out now, and so he goes to New York and, you know, decides to do stuff. It's really hard to explain, and it might not sound interesting, but it is a really amazing book because the character, Holden Caulfield, is very relatable to many teenagers. At least to me he was, you know. And I was, what, an outcast in high school, an outsider. You could say I was depressed, you know. I was depressed. I hated socializing with people. There were certain things that people did that bugged the living crap out of me. I thought a lot of people were phonies, and I hated it. So when I read this book, I was like, well, a bunch of things that bother me bothered this dude. He gets it. And reviewing a lot of other folks online that talk about this character, Holden, they're like, yes, he understood, he gets it. Surprisingly, everyone that I know, I guess, doesn't relate. But he's a true character. He has so much characteristics. He's not off of a book. It literally feels like it's someone you know. It's like a kid you know, just you know, writing down his opinions in a book. And So you either love this book or you hate it, but I would still recommend reading it. I've read it almost every year, and sometimes I'm so busy with school and work, and I can't read, you know, the whole entire book, and I want to read other books, but at least I'll just begin it because I like it. The character, he sticks out. Like I said, it's a very profound book. You can either read it and just, you know, okay, whatever, it's a book, or you can read it and be like, wow, there are some major elements that stick out, and it depends on how you want to perceive it and how you want to read it. But it's a really good book for me. Like I said, it's my favorite book. And I read it when I was very vulnerable to this book. Again, like I said, because I was depressed and I didn't socialize or stuff like that. And now that I'm a newborn Christian, I realize how much I idolized Holden before. Like, I was obsessed with this dude. As you can see, I have like a picture of like the book. Anyway, but again, I idolized him. I either wanted to be him or I wanted to be with him. I don't know if that sounds creepy, but check it out. Just like I said, it's a story. It's simple. It's a story about a 16-year-old who ventures off to New York. You find out more about him and more about yourself, depending on how you want to look at this story. And I would love to discuss it with people that have read it or are going to read it after this video, and talk about what you thought of Holden, what you thought of the book. There are a lot of different theories on, because I don't want to ruin the book, but there's a lot of different theories on who Holden is, and you know, but I don't know how to describe it. Wow, this was a weird book review, but seriously, check this book out. Comment below, subscribe. I'm not sure what my third video will be, but my next book review will be on The Maze Runner, because that's what everyone is talking about, and I'm excited to read it. So I will be doing a book review on that, and hopefully my third video can be a topic or a poem reciting something. Anyways, thank you. Subscribe.